Elimination round of ROC West Virginia State Championship coming right up. Alright guys, so let's roll initiative on this one. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the single elimination round of the West Virginia ROC tournament for state championship. I only made it to the top 4, so we only got 2 teams to talk about today, but both of them are going to sound pretty familiar to you. In the top 8 of single elimination, I faced the same Jakeem Thunder team that I faced in round 3 of Swiss, consisting of Jakeem Thunder with Eclipso and Kree Supreme Intelligence on him, Haha Joker with Proteus, a Dormammu, and I feel like he had a couple of Call-In ID cards too. And he put me on the WizKids Neoprene office map with a bunch of blocking and rooms in it. It was a real chess match. This was a really good game as far as positioning goes for the both of us. If we put our figure one place where it didn't belong, the other person was going to pay with at least one figure. So it was a really good cat and mouse. I blocked the first corridor with my Foggy Nelson to keep his Haha Joker from basing my main figures. Basically baited him into bringing his Jakeem Thunder close enough for a TK and then running shot single target pulse wave with Goblin King because it had been working so good. It was a 10 on a 17, no, an 11 on an 18. I needed to hit an 11 on an 18. I felt like that was the best chance I was going to get a single target on Jakeem and not have a retaliatory attack, so I took it, rolled my 7, and that was it. Jakeem was down but not out, so I did have to finish the job with a second single target pulse wave on him, but then that put him down and Jakeem was out, and then it was just a matter of trying to deal with that Haha Joker. Man, that thing is just tough. I swear I had to deal at 40 or 50 clicks before it finally went down, and that Proteus popping out after he gets knocked out is just another thing to deal with too, with the pulse wave and the probability control. It was a really good team, a really good player. His positioning was on point, so I ended up winning that round. I won it pretty handily. I think I lost everybody but Iron Man in that round, now that I think about it. That Haha Joker ended up outwitting my defense and on Goblin King and got a couple lucky shots in. So, but I ultimately came out the winner with a unscathed Iron Man. Then in the top 4 round, again I got to play Stephen Brewster with his KC Spectre team. It consists of KC Spectre, Wonder Woman, Raven, Super Rare Green Lantern with the Green Wall, Clone Shredder. It was a mystical theme. It was really good, and it was just a really good team. I took my experience from the last game, realizing that he didn't have anything to really bust stealth with, and I was on the Saloon map, the High Noon Saloon from the Elseworld set, because he won map roll with his +4 dice roll. And I pretty much just camped out and hindering with my entire team. You can see the video in the card above to watch how the game played out. But I basically camped out in stealth, knowing that he couldn't bust it except for with Jakeem Thunder. And then nobody really had reducers on his team, so my plan was, once he got close, just poison him to death, hopefully. So he did what I wanted him to, came close, although he did KO my Colossal Atom before I had a chance to use the Colossal Retaliation with it. So he KO'd that, kept moving closer. He did end up getting an attack in with Shredder, and then there basically came that point in the game where, you know, everything gets set off. So sidestep poisoned with Goblin King, swung on some people, called in the Superior Spider-Man to try to KO Spectre, and got really close, was able to follow it up with, I believe, Goblin King to finish the job and KO him. And then I decided that the best course of action after that was, I was a little bit banged up, so my thought was to fall back, roll support, roll for regen, get my figures back up to where they needed to be, and then have a second offensive. And that ended up, it looks like, probably is the turn that cost me the game when I decided to do that. So he KO'd Goblin King after that, and I didn't have a way to heal up my Iron Man once that happened. So it was just me trying to run away basically with my Iron Man, doing a couple little things, picking here and there. He was down to his Raven on its last handful of clicks, probably 2, and his Clone Shredder probably had 3 clicks left, and he had his Serpent token. And chased me around the board. I got the bright idea to call in my Superman Blue to Energy Explosion, his Raven, which KO'd her and dealt 2 clicks to a adjacent Clone Shredder. And then once I did that, I was close enough where he was able to finish the job with his Serpent Punisher. He ended up winning the match, and I ended up ultimately placing 3rd at the West Virginia State Championship for ROC. So really proud of that, and thank you guys for supporting the channel, watching these videos. If there was one turn that I probably could have had back, it would be that turn where I ran away. I wish I would have seen how the game turned out if I would have sidestepped and poisoned with Iron Man, sidestepped in, poisoned everybody. I think I could have actually won that game. But again, Stephen Brewster totally won that fair and square with an excellent team. But I'd like to see how that would have turned out had I made that other play. But like I said, I was thinking about trying to heal up my team and play safer when I maybe would have been more advantageous to play aggressive. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think of the performance, the teams that showed up in the top 4 bracket, at least the bracket that I was in. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.